Alright, welcome back. If you haven't been watching these videos, we are in the middle of a series called 7 Doubles Patterns of Play. And typically, I have Todd sitting here right next to me who walks us through these videos as well, but he is on vacation, so it's just me today. And what we're going to be talking about is what you need to do when you decide to hit a ball down the line. So whether you decide to hit the ball down the line in doubles because you see space there, maybe your opponent's cheating over a little bit to the center of the court. Maybe your opponent left to poach and you're trying to go behind them. Or maybe your opponent's just a bad volleyer and you want to take advantage of that. Regardless of the reason why you go down the line, there's a couple things that you need to do. And so what we're going to look at first is an example of Lisa hitting this ball down the line and the ball being hit by Diana, the opponent, right through the middle of Lisa and Aaron. And I see this a lot when a player will hit the ball down the line trying to either pass the opponent or make them miss, and then their opponent will hit the ball right through the center of the court, and they're able to do that because the middle is exposed. And it's exposed because that player has decided to go down the line and their partner has no idea that's going to happen, and so they can't cover the center of the court. They just expect the ball to go cross court like it either has been or it typically would. So when you decide to hit down the line, you run the risk of being beat through the middle of the court. However, there is one rule to doubles. Never get beat down the middle of the court. So I'm going to show you a little trick today that will stop that from happening. This happened last year. I was watching some of my teams at playoffs, and when I was watching them, I noticed that certain players would go down the line consistently. However, their opponent kept beating them right through the middle of the court, and they were just exposing too much court. So I started thinking to myself, well, what can I do to make that happen less? Obviously, I can have the player hit cross court over and over and over again. However, the player's pretty good at hitting down the line, and they really like to do that. And I came up with an idea, like I said, about a year ago, to call the middle. And when I started implementing this into my players, it was immediately a huge difference. And in the second example, we're going to listen to Lisa call the middle and see how Aaron responds. You notice as she calls the middle, Aaron comes across the court and he gets set up and prepared to receive a ball. And so he's shutting down the center of the court. They're no longer going to get beat down the middle of the court. So here's a couple things that you need to know when you decide to do this. You need to call middle early. The minute that you know that you're going to go down the line, the earlier the better, because then your partner can get over to the center of the court and not just get there, but get established, get set up and ready to receive a ball. So earlier is better. Second, I hear a lot of times saying, well, if I call the middle, my opponent's going to know that I'm hitting a ball at them. Yeah, maybe they will, but it doesn't matter. If you execute your shot well, the play still works. Most of the time, they're going to miss the ball anyway, especially if you have a pretty big forehand. And then the other times, they're going to hit right through the center of the court where your partner's standing. So it's very rare that even when they know that the ball is going to come to them, that they can execute a play good enough to beat you. Then there's also the situation that I hear sometimes brought up, yeah, but if I talk during play, my opponent's going to call hindrance. Look, the ball is on your side of the court, and you are saying middle before you even strike the ball. It would be like you getting lobbed and saying switch. So don't worry about your opponent calling a hindrance on that. The ball's on your side, you haven't even hit it yet, and you don't need to be yelling middle. Just say middle, bring your partner over, and run the play. Those are the 3 tips that I have for you in this particular play. I appreciate you watching today's video on this pattern of play, and next time that you hit the court and you call the middle when you go down the line, come back to this video and let us know your experience. Alright, you guys, thanks a lot, and I'll see you next week.